Let's discuss key cybersecurity use cases in HCM and payroll process. 1. Access controls. Access controls allow only authorized personnel to access sensitive employee data. Organizations can implement access controls through various methods such as password protection, biometric authentication, or smart card authentication. Integration methods include integrating access controls into identity and access management systems. Best practices include granting users the least privilege necessary, periodically reviewing access rights, and monitoring access logs. Challenges in implementation include complexity and cost. 2. Password policy. A password policy requires users to create strong passwords and change them regularly to reduce the risk of data breaches due to weak passwords. Integration methods include integrating password policies into EM systems. Best practices include using password managers, enforcing password complexity, and enabling multi-factor authentication. Challenges in implementation include user resistance and password reuse. 3. Two-factor authentication. Two-factor authentication provides an additional layer of security when logging in to HCM and payroll systems. Integration methods include integrating two-factor authentication into EM systems. Best practices include using biometric authentication, token-based authentication, or smart card authentication. Challenges in implementation include user inconvenience and cost. 4. Encryption. Encryption protects sensitive employee information from unauthorized access by implementing data at rest and data in transit encryption. Integration methods include integrating encryption into data protection solutions. Best practices include using strong encryption algorithms, implementing key management, and periodically reviewing encryption policies. Challenges in implementation include performance overhead and key management complexity. 5. Role-based access. Role-based access controls ensure that employees only have access to the data and systems necessary for their job functions. Integration methods include integrating role-based access controls into EM systems. Best practices include periodically reviewing roles and access rights, and avoiding role creep. Challenges in implementation include role definition and user acceptance. 6. Employee education and awareness. Training employees on best practices for protecting sensitive information and identifying potential security threats can increase the security posture of the organization. Integration methods include integrating employee training into the onboarding process. Best practices include using simulated phishing attacks, conducting regular training sessions, and providing incentives for good security behavior. Challenges in implementation include employee resistance and lack of budget. 7. Regular security audits. Conducting regular security audits of HCM and payroll systems can help identify and address potential vulnerabilities. Integration methods include integrating security audit capabilities into security information and event management systems. Best practices include using automated audit tools, reviewing audit logs regularly, and using third-party auditors. Challenges in implementation include cost and resource allocation. 8. Firewall protection. Firewalls prevent unauthorized access to HCM and payroll systems from external networks. Integration methods include integrating firewalls into network security solutions. Best practices include using next-generation firewalls, implementing intrusion prevention systems, and using automated firewall rule management. Challenges in implementation include cost and complexity. 9. Intrusion detection and prevention. Intrusion detection and prevention systems detect and prevent unauthorized access attempts and suspicious activities. Integration methods include integrating intrusion detection and prevention capabilities into SIEM systems. Best practices include using anomaly detection, regularly updating intrusion detection signatures, and using honeypots. Challenges in implementation include false positives and cost. Regular software updates. Regular software updates for HCM and payroll systems can address potential security vulnerabilities. Integration methods include integrating software update capabilities into patch management systems. Best practices include using automated patch management, regularly updating software, and using change management processes. Challenges in implementation include compatibility issues and system downtime. Data backup and recovery. Implementing a data backup and recovery plan can protect against data loss due to cyberattacks, system failures, or natural disasters. Integration methods include integrating data backup and recovery capabilities into disaster recovery systems. Best practices include using offset backups, regularly testing backups, and prioritizing critical data. Challenges in implementation include cost and resource allocation. Network segmentation. Network segmentation can prevent unauthorized access to HCM and payroll systems from other parts of the organization. Integration methods include integrating network segmentation into network security solutions. Best practices include using virtual LANs, implementing network access control, and using software-defined networking. Challenges in implementation include network complexity and cost. Endpoint protection. Implementing endpoint protection software can secure devices that access HCM and payroll systems. Integration methods include integrating endpoint protection into endpoint management systems. Best practices include using anti-malware software, enabling host-based firewalls, and implementing device control policies. Challenges in implementation include compatibility issues and cost. Security incident response. Developing a security incident response plan can minimize the impact of cyberattacks and ensure that critical systems are restored as quickly as possible. Integration methods include integrating security incident response capabilities into SIEM systems. Best practices include using a defined incident response process, conducting regular incident response drills, and using automated incident response tools. Challenges in implementation include complexity and resource allocation. Third-party vendor management. Implementing a third-party vendor management program can ensure that vendors who have access to HCM and payroll systems meet the organization's security requirements. Integration methods include integrating vendor management into supply chain management systems. Best practices include conducting regular vendor assessments, monitoring vendor access logs, and using service-level agreements. Challenges in implementation include vendor resistance and cost. User monitoring. Implementing user monitoring can detect and prevent unauthorized access to HCM and payroll systems. Integration methods include integrating user monitoring into SIEM systems. Best practices include using behavior analytics, regularly reviewing user activity logs, and using automated user monitoring tools. Challenges in implementation include privacy concerns and performance overhead. Penetration testing. Conducting regular penetration testing can identify potential vulnerabilities in HCM and payroll systems. Integration methods include integrating penetration testing into vulnerability management systems. Best practices include using automated penetration testing tools, conducting both internal and external testing, and using ethical hackers. Challenges in implementation include cost and resource allocation. Data classification. Classifying employee data based on its sensitivity and implementing appropriate security controls based on the classification can improve data security. Integration methods include integrating data classification into data management systems. Best practices include using data labeling, regularly reviewing data classification policies, and using automated data classification tools. Challenges in implementation include policy definition and user acceptance, security information, and event management. Implementing a SIEM solution can detect and respond to security incidents in real time. Integration methods include integrating SIEM into other security solutions. Best practices include using correlation rules, regularly reviewing SIEM logs, and using automated SIEM tools. Challenges in implementation include cost and resource allocation. Security awareness training. Conducting regular security awareness training can keep employees informed of the latest security threats and best practices. Integration methods include integrating security awareness training into the onboarding process. Best practices include using gamification, conducting regular training sessions, and providing incentives for good security behavior. Challenges in implementation include employee resistance and lack of budget. Mobile device management. Implementing mobile device management can secure devices that access HCM and payroll systems from outside the organization. Integration methods include integrating mobile device management into endpoint management systems. Best practices include using mobile device encryption, implementing containerization, and using mobile device access policies. Challenges in implementation include compatibility issues and cost. Vulnerability management. Implementing vulnerability management can identify, prioritize, and address potential security vulnerabilities. Integration methods include integrating vulnerability management into patch management systems. Best practices include using automated vulnerability scanning, regularly reviewing vulnerability reports, and using a risk-based approach. Challenges in implementation include cost and resource allocation. Incident reporting and management. Developing a process for reporting and managing security incidents can ensure they are handled promptly and effectively. Integration methods include integrating incident reporting and management into SIEM systems. Best practices include using a defined incident reporting process, conducting regular incident response drills, and using automated incident response tools. Challenges in implementation include complexity and resource allocation. Data loss prevention. Implementing data loss prevention solutions can prevent unauthorized access to, or loss of, sensitive employee data. Integration methods include integrating data loss prevention into data management systems. Best practices include using content-aware DLP, regularly reviewing DLP policies, and using automated DLP tools. Challenges in implementation include privacy concerns and false positives. Physical security. Implementing physical security measures, such as access controls and surveillance, can protect HCM and payroll systems and data from unauthorized access or theft. Integration methods include integrating physical security measures into facility management systems. Best practices include regularly reviewing physical security policies, conducting security audits, and using access logs. Challenges in implementation include cost and resource allocation. We really thank you for your time spent on this session. Feel free to meet our partners by sending an inquiry email to contact us at t24global.com. Most of our partners have 15 to 20 years industry experience. So, please get in touch for any quick, managed, business process and IT consulting needs